What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Michelle Levesque has just boarded the plane.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Marble Orchard has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Mark has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Edrob 2 became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Spelzing became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Jean Noel Barbier has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Bob ZD has just boarded the plane.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Ali Mahal has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Donald Jessels has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Dirk Carmelk became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Brian's number 9470 has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Jos van Damme became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Gigi Douze has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Mauro Buggiano has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Javier Izquierdo has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Paul Nickett has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Tim White has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Jet Power 1960 has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Ian Stewart has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Alistair Mulhall has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Christopher Hall has just boarded the plane.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I want it all,
Almost there.
and I want it now.
Tom Stubbs became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Cobra Jake became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Chris Van Rensburg became a member of the cabin crew.
How is everybody doing?
What? Thank you! We just become best friends?
Can you all
Yup!
hear me okay?
Brian McLean has
Loxley,
just
how's it
boarded
going,
the
mate?
plane.
Okay.
I want
Wargaming
it
Dad,
all,
mate. Hello. Tim,
and I want it
Rhymester.
now.
We're all here.
Jult Salai became a member of the cabin crew.
Boom. Boom yakashak. Here we go, guys. Welcome to the Fighting Fantasy. I knew I'd done that before I'd even finished doing that. I knew that had happened. Oh, I do that almost every week. That is a placeholder, by the way, in case like something happens. Like in case I don't get there in time, I have a placeholder there in case, you know, so the camera's not like a blank slate. But I always forget to remove it before we go live. Oh, the book. Need the book, guys. So, Talisman. Talisman of Death, guys. This is a classic. This is a great book. I love this one. Jamie Thompson and Mark Smith wrote this book. 2 people wrote this book, and it's illustrated by Bob Harvey. And in my copy, there's loads of ticks by everything here. I guess that's to indicate the fact that, you know, they collected a lot of books. So, let's see here. What we got here? Everybody has boarded. Yeah? Right on. Okay. Well, I can get rid of that. Keep everything else. The dungeon music can stay. I'll turn it down a smidge. I don't know if anybody can actually hear it though, to be honest. I got a load of other music and things lined up anyway. So, yeah. How's everybody doing, guys? It's been 2 weeks and we're back at it again at Fighting Fantasy. You know, the continuation of the series for this year. We're doing books in order this year. And next year, we're going to do randomized books. So we'll hit upon some of the ones that we haven't done this year. Each year, we're meant to kind of reset. So that means we go over old ones. But I don't think we'll do that next year. Just because there's so many books left. And the way I'm going to decide on how we choose next year's books is kind of like roll the dice and pick that way. It reminds you of Lord of the Rings. Dude, the cover is very Lord of the Rings. I mean, you can't see it in full, but look at this. It's like the Death Dealer atop a stallion. It is very Lord of the Ringsy. And even reading the back of the book very sounds much like Lord of the Rings. I guess this is someone's take on Lord of the Rings, you know? So, yeah. So we got to roll for some stats. Guys, feel free to, you know, play along on you know, write down your stats, by the way. Because, I mean, this character, this, what's his name? Cockknocker? Soul Puncher, Thundercrotch or something? I can't remember his name now. He basically is you guys. You're him. So you guys might need to know your stats, you know. For anybody who's joining who doesn't do the normal, who doesn't come in and as normal, we slightly tweaked the rules a little bit to make it a bit more interesting, where if you roll a double 1 and it's instant death in a battle, if you roll a double 6 it's instant kill for them. And also we deducted the dice roll difference for stamina during a battle rather than just 2 points. So I'm just filling out my version of this thing here. Leo M, how's it going, mate? Welcome in. Just in time, mate. We haven't started properly yet. Who knows how long this will be, guys? I mean, we get a potion in this one as well, so that'll help. So we've got 7 items in our backpack and we're carrying a sword. Or we have 7 spaces for in our backpack and we're carrying a sword. So, and for anybody who's interested, I just finished a stream on Twitch for Flight Simulation. That's why I was a little bit late getting this one started. Like reset everything up again. So I think I need to leave myself a little bit more time between the streams rather than just 30 minutes, because it takes a little bit longer than 30 minutes to set it up. I've got two drinks here. I don't know why. Gonna be thirsty work, that's why. So, what's this? The stream, there's a warning for me here. The stream's bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. I've got too much bitrate, guys. Does anybody want to borrow some bitrate? Because I've got too much, evidently. Before it said I didn't have enough, so I increased it in the encoder, and now it's going, mate, you got too much. YouTube's having a little bit of a whinge day, I think. We'll leave it to it. In fact, we'll go create a character while it sorts itself out. Look at that picture. Ooh, look at that. How cool is that one, hey? How cool is that one? That's ace. Right. So this was released in 1985 for anybody who's interested. Back in the 80s. That's how old this book is. Who was born after the 85? Let's have some zeros in the chat if you were born after 1985. I'm 77, me, not years old. I'm not 77 years old, although to be honest, I hope I look like this when I'm 77, but I was born in the year of the Star Wars. So That's how I rate my age. Born in the year of the Star Wars. 77. Okay, let's roll for a character, shall we? So it's the normal way for skill, stamina, and luck. Here we go. I'm going to roll for our skill. And I got a 3, guys. I'm just going to tell you straight up. So that's a 9. We got a skill of 9, guys. Okay. Wargaming Dad was born in 82. No way. Class is 77 for Spelsing. No way. And year of the well, I don't like to say year of the Elvis because that's the year he left, planet Earth. But yeah, that as well. I mean, he went on the 16th. I was born on the 5th. I guess this planet can't take both of us at the same time, so one have to go. So, sorry guys, but maybe I killed Elvis. Imagine that sentence said in the world. Right, okay. Rhymester, mate, you're 50. No way, mate. I honestly thought you were like, I don't know, 19 or 20, mate. I did not honestly know, mate. Seriously. Right, we're rolling for our stamina, and I rolled a 6, which is 18. Guys, this is a very average character. Let's hope our luck is better. Yeah, we're young at heart. We're young at heart. Definitely young at heart. I think I've left my light on. Oh, shit, guys. I rolled a 1 for luck. Dudes, I've got a 7. Dude, this character is the weakest we've ever had. A skill of 9, a stamina of 18, and a luck of 7. Loxley, you're 40, mate. Mate, I had you pinned down. When I first met you back in, 2018, 2019? I thought you were like 26, 27, mate. Which would put you around 35 now. Why is everybody older than I actually think they are? Like, what is that? You're just old enough to have been seen Star Wars on the original cinema release. Leo M, I'm so, like, oh, mate, I'm so gel of you. Where did gel come from? Jealous. I mean, I'm speaking like a kid now. We're all talking about how old we are, and I'm talking like a teenager here. Well, so gel. I'm so over it. Yeah, I am jealous, man, that you got to see the original cut of Star Wars. Like, I have seen the original cut of Star Wars, but I've got a digital copy of it, and it's in 16mm format because it was made for prisons. Basically, that's the copy they got, which was digitalized, and I've got a copy of that, which is very interesting to compare what is released on home video back in like the 90s comparing to what was actually released in the cinema. Totally different. Then they changed it for the special editions, so it got another makeover, and then it's had like 3 changes since then, each for like a DVD release, a Blu-ray release, and a 4K release. It's crazy. You know what I mean? There's going to be an 8K release where they rebrand it again, I bet. And Luke will be a transgender or something, Who knows? Anyway, I think I've destroyed my reputation on this channel enough now by talking, so let's carry on with the adventure, shall we? So, because I don't know, it seems with every release they try and keep it current, Oh, we've got the technology for Ewoks, to blink now. Shall we add that? Yeah, throw it in, mate. Yeah, because that's crucial to the plot of the film. The fact that they're going to blink. Can't have Ewoks. You know what I mean? Yeah, Luke would be non-binary sunset now. It was a binary sunset before, but now it's a non-binary sunset he looks out to. And the fact that, what was it now? They fucking rocks in front of R2-D2 in Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, actually, that is probably a bit of a legit one because he would be seen. He was just standing in front of a cave entrance or something. He would be seen. So to cover him slightly with rocks, that's legit. And the special edition ones, they're legit changes as well. Although I tell you what, I didn't know. When you go into, I think this is Return of the Jedi though, and you go to Jabba's palace, and they have that little dance off, and you've got that. His character evidently was based on Joe Cocker. You can leave your head on. So they based his character on Joe Cocker, but also the song that was then rewritten, for Jabba's palace that he sang. I can't remember now, but that was written by John Williams' son, who is the lead singer in Toto, who sang Africa. So How cool is that? But yeah, it's so many changes. Anyway, how are we talking Star Wars? Oh yeah. Actually, no, I don't know how we talk about Star Wars. 77. Tim had the original. I've got the original on VHS. I've literally got every copy of Star Wars that's ever been released. I even had the laser discs, the special edition laser discs, but I sold them, which I feel I so regret doing, because actually I preferred to watch the Laserdisc version over DVD and Blu-ray, because they were like, it had the original Anakin in it. You know what I mean? Sorry, Christian Hayden, but whatever your name is, Hayden Christian. Sorry, but like I prefer, yeah. Although he did have eyebrows, which didn't make sense, but okay. Anyway, I keep saying let's move on, but then I go back to it. Salacious Crumb. What? They gave Salacious Crumb a bigger dick. I don't remember that change, mate, in the special edition. Are you sure you weren't thinking about Jabba's tail that he was playing with? Laserdiscs were going to be a big thing before. Laserdiscs were a big thing, I think. Like, I don't think they were as big as VHS, because the porn industry really made them successful, VHS tapes, even though they're such crap quality. But Laserdiscs are actually my preferred way to watch any film, because it preserves the analog theatrical print true to the representation. You know, whereas DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks are digitalized versions of a 35mm print. So you're getting a representation of the film rather than a true life copy. Laserdiscs are completely analog, and it's an analog signal that is saved, not like a digital one, from the 35mm print. So it's as good as watching the 35mm print. The only thing that lets it down is its resolution, which there are Laserdisc players that can play a higher resolution than the standard resolution, which is kind of like 480p, I think. I'm not sure. Can you still get them? Mate, you can buy Laserdiscs everywhere. They're like, no, I mean, they're not in shops. You can't just go down to like HMV, go, yeah, mate, can I have a Laserdisc of the latest film? In fact, I think the last film that came out on Laserdisc was like X-Men or, I don't know, Phantom Menace got a Laserdisc copy, but a Laserdisc release. It was like 2001, which when they stopped actually putting films to Laserdisc. And I'm sure X-Men was like one of the last films that saw a Laserdisc release, and it was only in Japan. So, but they are really good quality. I actually really prefer, if you ever get a chance to see a Laserdisc in action that is hooked up correctly, because it's like a record player. You have to have a good connection from the player to the monitor or to the sound system in order for you to actually appreciate the format. And projectors are the best way to showcase a Laserdisc. But it honestly, it has the same like color strength and not resolution, not so you don't get, you know, there's too much detail in Blu-rays. I find there's too much detail. It's not how I remember it at the cinema. Blu-ray, it's too clean a copy, whereas Laserdisc is exactly how I remember it at the cinema, and it just has this warmth to it like a vinyl record. Anyway. And it's the size of a record, yeah. It's a film the size of a record that you have to flip over, because you can only get, I think, 45 minutes per side or an hour per side or something like that. So you have to flip it, but a lot of players will automatically turn the laser to read the next one. And if you get one of them, you're laughing. But I had a Laserdisc set up. I had hundreds of Laserdiscs, honestly, and I had to sell the lot because I was with somebody who just didn't give a shit and kind of, you know, mind fucked me into selling the lot, which I really regret, and it will never happen again. I might get them again one day. Just need the space, because it's anyway. Right, we have meals, guys, given to us. We have 10 meals. So 4 points for eating a meal, guys, the usual. In fact, I've got some little nibbles here myself that I can munch on whenever we have a meal, so I will do that. What else we got here? Right, guys, we get to choose a potion. What will be the potion? We're going to start a poll, and you guys you can choose which potion you want to take. Totally up to you. I will put the options in now, and then run it for 5 minutes, and then yeah. we'll do it. So there's your poll, guys. Select which potion you want us to take in on our little adventure. And for anybody who's just coming in, thank you and welcome. Like a home cinema. Yeah. You don't remember Laserdiscs? Oh, mate. I mean, they're not like laser pew pew. They're laser with an S. But, I wish I could show you guys. I really could. I tell you what. Let me get my phone up here. Let me see. To be honest, I had, if you read the Empire magazines back in the day, they had adverts in there for Laserdiscs, and the picture, one that stuck out in my mind, was a Basic Instinct, and it honestly just looks really, really, really cool. So here is a picture of a difference between a DVD and a Laserdisc. Okay, so that's the difference of size between a DVD and a Laserdisc, guys. That's how big they were, okay? Monstrosity size. They came out in the late 70s, I believe, and they only ran up until 2001. They didn't have a massive following like VHS, only because it was so cheap to make a VHS and so easy to obtain. But Laserdiscs were higher quality than VHS, but the resolution of DVD only just surpassed Laserdisc, I think, or it might have been the same actually. But honestly, cool. It was all about that same era. I can't find a decent picture of a player here. Let me type in the word player. The players were huge as well, massive. You know, they were like very thick. Here you go. Here. So you've seen the size of a you've seen the size of a Laserdisc, right? Oh, brilliant. So this one looks like a GIF, by the way, because it keeps flipping. But that's the size of the player that would come with it as well. It was like massive, basically. Humongous. Yeah, that's it. Although that's got a DVD. Some of them actually had a center spool that you could put CDs in. The audio quality was uncompressed as well, so it was really high quality audio. They did have the ability for Dolby Digital as well, and DTS, but if you plugged up just normal, you'd get like uncompressed stereo surround, and honestly, very, very cool. I do miss them. In fact, Jurassic Park was the first DTS title on laser. It hit Laserdisc for DTS. Very first film that had given that DTS sound mix. Everything was bigger then, like Salacious Crow's dick. A lot of them had different players. Yeah, so everything was region coded back then. Never mind all this global shit we get now, where it doesn't really... Well, it does actually. You still get region coding. But literally, PAL and NTSC, right, were a thing back then. Now everything's like 60 hertz, so it makes no difference. But PAL had 50 hertz. NTSC had 60 hertz, but a lower resolution. PAL had a higher resolution, but a lower refresh rate. I mean, they achieved the same thing at the end of the day. The same quality, I think, but Japanese discs tend to be the best quality. The black level was a lot darker on a Japanese disc, and so it reproduced it more accurately. Sorry, I'm getting so excited about talking about Laserdiscs. Can't catch me breath, guys. DVDs being playable on consoles definitely won that war. I don't know really. Maybe consoles that played films like the PlayStation 2 had something to do with this success. I think DVDs were more of a revolution because DVDs were cheaper to make than Laserdiscs, and you could spool, like manufacturers could spool off more films per, like say you had the film Con Air, we could make 1,000 DVDs for the price of 100 Laserdiscs. So it was cheaper, and the publishers or manufacturers promoted DVD more to the public, who it was more convenient because everything was smaller. Everything was just getting tiny and tiny and tiny, different codes so you could play early releases. Yeah, your remote control, mate, became a hacker button. You honestly, you type in a code and you unlock the region like those early DVD players. Do you remember that? I had a DVD player that I had to input a code in order to watch Matrix and Something About Mary. It was like it was like a regional code, you know. But these two films, even though they were from Britain or something, would not play on this system. I can't remember something. It was crazy, and now we have Blu-rays and 4Ks. 4Ks, I see the benefit, but take it or leave it, mate. Blu-rays are enough. I mean, 4Ks are better quality, but I honestly prefer Laserdisc. Most movies are released in the same time in the world now. Yeah, everything's global release now. You don't have, you know. Like, yeah, you used to get, like, what was it? You'd get, like, at Car Boots, somebody selling all these Chinese labeled films because it came out maybe 2 weeks early there, and he's got a copy. In fact, you can still get them. Oh, my God, I've just realized there was also another format called VCD, right? Video CD. So there were CDs with films on them, and they usually had 2 discs. I got a large collection of them as well. Now, even still today, they come out like in Hong Kong first, right? And you can buy films on CD legitly from a place, I think it's either Singapore or I think it's Singapore. Films that are still in the cinema now in like the UK, and you can import them. They've all got subtitles, like Chinese or Korean or whatever subtitles. But seriously, look it up, man. You can go to a website and buy films in the cinema now from this website legitly. It's crazy. People used to record the movie from the cinema as well. Remember those days? This guy taking in a massive film camera like that, just filming, mate. Like, it's like trying to be secret. They didn't usually use night vision goggles back then, you know. But it'd be like, he got his coat and he'd be like that, you know, watching a film, and probably have to do it 2 or 3 showings to get the complete film and then cut it at home. Like, seriously, I remember when Jurassic Park came out, and my cousin, sorry mate, I just outed you now, had a copy of Jurassic Park on videotape that somebody had pirated, and I was like, give me that. I went to go to the cinema to watch it like 26 times anyway, but then I'd come home and watch it again on this pirated copy. It was so shit on the copy of the VHS. It was so not worth it. But honestly, actually, Jurassic Park, I've got a copy of the 35mm on my PC somewhere, and it honestly looks so much different even from the 4K release. And it looks better, and it's like a 25 gig file on my PC. I like collecting 35mm, you know, copies of films. I just feel there's something in there in film. There's something much more better with film as opposed to a digital. Films that release digitally now, they're too clean. They're too like sharp. They're just bland looking. A film on an actual film reel, mate, it's got so much depth and warmth to it. I love it. Anyway, you had the worst copy of Jurassic Park. Might have been the copy I had, mate, honestly. You used to download loads and loads of films before they was out. Wargaming Dad, you've just outed yourself, mate. What are you doing? Anyway, guys, before the police arrive, let's okay, so we've done the poll now. Let's end this poll. Let's find out what the potion we're taking with us here. What we got here, it's gonna be a potion of luck, guys. Shock hour. So we definitely need the potion of luck with this character. Right. So that's basically it, guys. We're up to the time of F's in the chat when you're ready to begin, and we shall begin this adventure. Get it on. That's why Chris Nolan movies are so great, eh? Hey? Why are Chris Nolan movies so great, mate? Because he's a hacker? Because he's a pirate, is he? Well, I don't... Spelsy, mate, explain. What was your last thing you said? Maybe it was tied to that. Everything was bigger than, like, Salacious Crumb's dick. That's why Chris Nolan's movies are so great. Because Salacious Crumb has a big dick? Mate, come on, I don't understand what's going on here. What's in this? Is this a crack pipe? It's not. Not a crack pipe. Okay, guys, here we go. You are regaining consciousness. You are regaining consciousness. Your eyes flutter open. and to the sound of a songbird trilling joylessly, you are lying on a couch of green velvet, set on the topmost turret of a great white castle hanging in the clouds. Rising to your feet, you look around. The songbird, whose sleek feather... Let's get the songbird going here. Can we get a songbird going? Is that possible? Looks a little bit of a songbird going. Is that too loud, guys? You can't even hear that. Shit. This is what I mean. I gotta be careful here. Is that too loud? Let me know when it gets too loud, guys. That's fine now, isn't it? Can you hear the songbird? Can everybody hear that songbird? Rising to your feet, you look around. The songbird, whose sleek feathers are a warm, burnished gold, is perched on the battlements. Okay, perfect, good. Resplendent? Resplendent? The hell? Against the ocean blue canopy of a sky in which there is no sun. Guys, we're not even non-binary now. You are clad in strange, outlandish clothes, breeches of dark green leather, and a thickly quilled leather jerkin. On your feet are russet red calfskin boots. I love the names. Supple and comfortable. You can buy them at Marks and Spencer's, guys. Into which the breeches are tucked at mid-calf. Mid-calf, guys. That's the style these days. Not full calf. That's old news. Mid-calf is the style. A heavy sword is belted at your side, and with a shock you realise that somehow you know how to use it skillfully and with deadly force. Guys, have we woken up with amnesia? As the songbird thrills, you try in vain to recall memories of Earth. Guys, it's recognised Earth in this book. We're not on Titan. Memories of Earth, but everything is hazy and distant. You have been taken from the world you know and trained in the art of swordplay. Guys, this is beginning to sound like my training series that I'm writing. You cannot remember even who trained you or why, but the hilt of the sword fits your hand snugly. It's perfect fit. But a bit like that. Perfect fit. You cannot remember even who trained you. Drawing it, you lunge and parry, marveling at how the sword cuts through the air faster than the eye can follow. You're like, huh, oh, I'm pretty good. Oh, alright, yeah, I'm a bit of a skilled warrior. The songbird starts playing the harp for some reason. With horse hooves, by the sounds of it. And it seems unperturbed by your fine display of swordmanship, but you are surprised when it cocks its head and speaks to you, its voice flutting merrily. Welcome, champion of fate. Do not be dismayed. You're not in danger. What made a bird talks? Oh, where am I? Man, a heavy night last night. I had this dream of people all around me. You ask, feeling as if you were in a dream. Far, far from your home, I fear to say. This is the world of Orb, and you are in the Garden of Gods. The Garden of Gods. What is Orb, you demand? You will find it strange and full of wonder, for it is very different from Earth. Men must share it, not just with talking creatures such as I, but with weird and fell monsters, giants, dragons, and demons. We should have chosen a different voice now, it's beginning to hurt. These are warlocks and sorcerers too. Great wielders of magic in the cities, but do not fear. You have been chosen to be our champion, for you are more likely to succeed than any other on Earth. Fuck it hell. Sounds like Doobie. Who's Doobie? I gotta take a drink of water. My throat's killing me. Harry Potter must not go to Hogwarts. Is that Dobby Doobie or whatever from Hogwarts?
Now, I must complete my task. Come, my masters bid you join them in their chamber below. Please follow me.
Guys, last time we were in a chamber below, it was in the House of Hell, and it didn't end well for us. So I guess we have to follow this talking bird trying to take us into his little dungeon for his masters. I mean, this book starts like House of Hell ended us. With that, the golden songbird flutters away down a spiral staircase. Shaking your head in confusion, you descend the stone steps into a large circular room with loads of black lighting, really cool artwork on the walls, and there's like a higher platform bit, and there's like cages underneath, separated one. Do you know what I mean? It's like that type of place. And two beings turn towards you and say, "Can I join you?"
Welcome.
Oh no, this is a different person, sorry, so it's got to have a different voice. "Welcome," says one. A pale female with a deep voice figure enfolding in a swirling robe. Mate, it's one of them places. Females with lower tone voices. In a swirling robe of many colours, above which you can only see... Well, I don't know why the river's flowing. If we're in, like, some sort of underground thing, we should be... I haven't got, like, dungeon, to be honest. I haven't got a sound for... Hang on, let me see here. Yes, I have. Here we go. I mean, that's the one I used at the beginning, so I can't really use that. I need... Well, that'll do. I need some different dungeon songs, I think. Someone get him a sock. Give me another one. Quick. Where are we? Yeah. A pale female figure enfolded in a swirling robe of many colours, above which you can only see a perfectly smooth and hairless head. It's Bonnie from Friends. Bald Bonnie. The robe shimmers, its colours shifting as she steps towards you, catching your mind before you realise what is happening. You're being recruited, I bet. Looking into her face, you see an image of yourself fighting for your life inside a huge temple with lots of little holes in the wall, either side of you. Then the image shifts and you see yourself leaving a walled city, hastening alone across a desolate moor, only to find yourself deep in a jungle, surrounded by devils with blue skins. Your nape bristles as you realize that she is revealing glimpses of your destiny. Spoilers! It is only then, or when, they are over, that you notice that she's got no eyeballs in her smooth, pale face. I don't know how she's seeing these things then. She got no eyeballs. The other figure changes even as you look at him. It's a dude, this one. At one moment, he is an ancient, white-haired old man. You shall not pass! Heavy with knowledge. At another, an infant.
Little baby.
Wise beyond his years. The metamorphosis through youth to age is done through the advent of CGI technology not yet discovered on Earth. And it takes but a few instants. Guys, I added the CGI bit, okay? Yet flows so smoothly, yet you cannot see the features change. How do you, if you can't see features change, how do you recognize the difference between old man and youth? His voice is soft and ageless. A soft, ageless voice, guys. We have summoned you here to the world of warp because we wish to prevent a faithful upset in the balance of nature. The cosmic scales have been tipped too far. In my head, he sounds like that scientist, physicist guys. What's his name? Tyrion, whatever. You know, who does all the, you know, the universe stuff. I'm sure his name's like Tyrion. I can't remember. Anyway. The cosmic scales have been tipped too far. You must play a part in righting them. It is not for us in the garden of the gods to set things right. We cannot fight him who would bring chaos to Orb. Rather, we use men as our tools. I shall not say whether you will succeed or what kind of tool you'll be to me, mate. Yeah. She tongue flicks like a snake. Oh, I think you had a dungeon sound when you read Firetop Mountain. I do have... Hang on. I thought I actually did have a dungeon. Have I not put it in? Desert, early morning. There's no dungeon here. But I've got this one here, which is creepy generic dungeon, which I actually play as an opener to this. But I thought I had... Yeah, there was... The only other one I have got is this one. This one. But that's more like a cave than a dungeon. I mean... Yeah, the dripping sound, exactly. But, mate, if this is a dungeon which is beginning to describe more of an adult kind of dungeon, I would dread to think what the dripping sound is in this one. You know? I mean, it sounds wet, guys. Okay, I'll keep this one then if you want. The floor of the room upon which you are standing is the most realistic and detailed map imaginable. You can even see small figures tilling the fields and walking the streets of an entire world. Basically, you're playing Civilization. A world of pinnacled castles, knights on horseback, their men-at-arms bearing banners which stream in the wind, and a strange high-walled cities with towers and spires, concealing the dives of assassins and thieves amongst the splendor. The eyeless immortal steps forward, her robe now the color of the deep sea, and caresses your cheek. We are sending you down to the surface of Orb. If you fall into the clutches of death, we cannot aid you. Do not fail us. So basically, we're throwing you down. You gotta live, mate. Fail in what? What? I'm sorry, what is going on here, please? I just woke up, I've got skill with my sword, and now I'm in some creepy dungeon, and you guys are throwing me down even further. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Just then, to your horror, you find yourself being drawn inexorably towards a black crack in the map. Guys, this writes itself, this does. This a piss parlor. Mate, it sounds like someone's pissing in the corner. Mate, honestly. Piss parlor. And we're getting thrown down in it, evidently, to the black crack in the map. I mean, right, I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking. The realization that your destiny is being tampered with angers you. Is being tampered with angers you. Guys, you should have added an apostrophe there after tampered with. Bit of grammar, you know. Angers you. And you resolve to find a way back to Earth and your home at any cost. Got to get back to Earth. That's the sequel to this book, Back to the Earth. As the world of Orb rises up to engulf you, the awesomeness is what is happening, overwhelms you, and you pass out because it's too awesome. What kind of intro is that to a book, guys? So, shall we just reflect on what's just happened? We've woken up from being unconscious to find ourselves in some sort of magical world where we have a sword and we're pretty good with it. And then suddenly we find ourselves in some sort of sex dungeon with someone who's, you know, pale skin, no eyeballs, is telling us the future that she sees. And then they're throwing us down even lower than we are and saying we've got to survive. That's what I've just extracted from the intro. It's just another day in the world of Orb. Just another fighting fantasy day, innit? Do you know what? I'm beginning to really, you know, do you remember back in the 90s, guys, when people were saying that these books are evil and that, you know, like Ian and Steve were demonic or something, you know, for the kids reading it? I'm beginning to sort of believe what their legit claim was now, because this really is a bit of a dodge book, I think. Or maybe it's just my mind. Maybe I'm the one who's deformed. I don't know. It's just such a strange. Strange introduction, that's all it is. Strange introduction. Our primary school pulled them from our library. Mate, I'm not surprised after reading this one. Right, okay. Well, that's the introduction, guys, I've read. So, done. Alright. We are... How far are we into this stream? I dread to think. No. It doesn't tell me the time here. It's a bit weird. We are 50 minutes in. 50 minutes in. My dad did not allow me to have anything of that nature, especially Magic the Gathering cards. He said we would get possessed. I think he meant addicted, mate. That's what he meant. He's like, this is going to cost me so much money if little Loxley starts to play with these Magic the Gathering cards. I'm honestly going to have to fork out like 10 grand on these cards because they're going to packs and new packs coming out every week or something. He probably said that just to save a little bit of money, mate. That's probably he meant you'll get addicted to him and he'll be forking out to buy more. That's probably what it was. He was super religious and he drove you nuts. Super passionate by the sounds of it. Right, when awareness returns to you, like you wake up, you look around. You are standing in a huge vaulted chamber. So we're in a vaulted chamber. I don't think there's going to be wet, drippy sounds everywhere. So we'll just put this back on until I get more information. Deep underground we are. In the chill air, you wonder what terrible fate might be in store for you. You're utterly alone, without a friend in the world. And you have no idea what fiendish horrors may exist here. So far from home you are. There are no windows in the chamber, nor natural light, and only the ruddy glow of flaming torches that are fixed to pillars soar beyond sight. The walls are running with damp... Yeah, no, it is... seriously, guys, it is the cave again. It's running with damp, musty, drippy, juicy substance coming down. I've lost my place here. I'm jazzing it till I find it. The air musty and heavy with age. There are 2 archways at the back of the cavern. Oh, I heard the police then. Before you can investigate further, the torchlight flickers and a cool gust chills you to the marrow. Not the bone, the marrow. That's how deep it goes. It's marrow deep, guys. That's beyond the other type of deep you get. This is marrow deep, okay? This is beyond deep. This is deep, deep, deep. Marrow deep. Something in the unseen darkness is causing the air to move. A light flashes briefly ahead, and an infernal howling echoes across the vast vault. No living thing could possibly have made that dreadful sound. You think to yourself, what could have made that sound? No living thing could. But then you remember that you know nothing of the dreadful denizens of Orb. Do you know, I just want to say, you put orb backwards and it's bro. The word orb backwards is bro. You hear the sound of running footsteps, approaching rapidly, and you cannot yet see who is coming. I mean, that's what it's like in some clubs, isn't it? You can't see anything. You know, you just suddenly get hit in the face. Will you run through the nearest archway or hold your ground and draw your sword? Guys, do you want to pull your sword out, or do you want to sidestep into an archway? You know? This honestly sounds like we're in a dodgy nightclub. I'm telling you. Hold our ground. Hold our ground coffee in our hand. Okay. We're taking out our ground coffee. We're putting it in our hand. We're holding it. The footsteps are coming closer. Suddenly, a sound like a clap of thunder. Like a clap of thunder, guys. The clap of thunder? No? Don't get a clap of thunder. You get rain with it, but you don't get a clap. I need just a thunder sound. Reverberates around the chamber. You look around and you see that both the archways have been sealed by huge stone blocks. You are trapped. Guys, adventure's over now. We're trapped in this dungeon, guys. A woman? Oh, here we go. We got pictures here. Look at this dude. Look at this group of people here. I like this dude here. Look at his face. You see his face? Nice little ensemble here. A woman wearing chainmail and carrying a loaded crossbow bursts into the torchlight ahead of you. She sees you. She immediately points the bow in your direction. 3 men, panting heavily, appear behind her. We're getting approached, guys. The first, a tall and handsome man, is dressed in the shining silver armor, and the blade of his two-handed sword glows with a faint white radiance. The next is dressed in a flowing robe of cloth of gold and wears a smiling gold mask. He carries an ivory staff. It must be a themed night here. It must be like Viking night or something. I don't know. The last is a thick-set man with a white surcoat over chainmail. A red cross adorns his breast, and a spiked mace hangs on his side. They stop. Once again, they hear a wailing louder than before. "They're almost upon us," cries the man with a bit of a feminine voice with the glittering sword. Guys. Oh, man. The shield maiden calls to you. "Who are you, and what are you doing here in the rift, the spawning place of all evil?" Guys, do you want to say that you've come from another world? You say that you're on a quest against evil? Do you want to play for time or attack the shield maiden, guys? What do you want to do? Show her the size of our balls. Mate, that's just an open invitation in a place like this. You know what I mean? Before you know it, you've got 2 of them either side of you. Right, say that you have come from another world, say that you're on a quest against evil, try to play for time, or attack the shield maiden, guys. What do you want to do? It's up to you guys now. Let's be honest with them. What does that mean? What does being honest with them mean? Say that we've come from another world. Is that what you mean? Because we have. We've come from planet Earth. We've been dragged into this cesspit. Yeah? Okay. Yo, mate, bro, innit? Bruv, sis, you know, let me tell you something. Come from another planet, man. You want to jump on me taco and I'll take you back there. Her eyebrows rise in surprise. All 4 of them look at you and don't actually believe your bullshit. The man in gold turns to the priest in the white surcoat and says, "Is it the truth?" Knowing your story to be true, you decide to wait while the priest casts a spell. Abracadabra. "It is the truth," he says, "and spoken from a true heart." The shield maiden lowers the bow and moves over to guard the entrance by the cavern. "What are we to do? The exits are blocked, and I have only the power to teleport one of us out now," says the man in gold. I keep mismatching these voices. "Perhaps this warrior has been sent by the gods to continue the quest." Sensing the goodness in these people, you wait to hear how you can aid them. We're going to join up, guys. Tag team time. The priest steps forward towards you and tells you his story. "Long ago, the minions of the god of death in the city of the ruins of doom fashioned a talisman that would allow them, if the time was right, to summon their god to the surface of the world. That time has come now. If death is summoned, all life will cease. Only death's minions will continue to exist in an awful half-life. His presence will spread like a grey shadow across the world of Orb. Everything will turn to dust, and the balance of nature will be disrupted forever." Just like the plot of Infinity War, this sounds like. "The Lore Masters of Sarakab, a group of holy people, have striven to prevent this. They sent a group of crusaders, of which we 4 alone survive, on a quest to steal the talisman. The fleshless king of the minions of death had sent the talisman to the depths of the rift for safekeeping. We have entered this pit of evil and seized it." Sorry, mate, can you repeat that? I didn't get that. He pulls the necklace out from under his surcoat, and on it hangs a disc of obsidian, in the middle of which is a skull carved in ruby, the Talisman of Death. He hands it to you. Here! For the sake of our orb, you must take this talisman and continue the quest. It cannot be destroyed, but if you take it to your world, it will be beyond the reach of the claw of the fleshless king. Fucking hell, mate. Prince Baron is holding him. Gordon's alive! Yeah. Oh, man. I feel fine. Prince Baron is holding him. You are impressed. Yeah, it's Brian Blessed, basically, isn't it? You are impressed by the courage and unselfish fortitude of these people and resolve to continue the quest. You take the talisman off and go, cheers, mate. See what I get on that eBay. It feels cold and it's heavy around your neck. It's like a massive medallion, guys. We got a massive medallion around his neck, innit? Basically, I hope I get this right. Oh, it's all gone to crap.
Hey, lovely.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was hoping. I need to change them. They're all messed up now. So we're wearing this big thing around our neck. The wizard turns to you and says, I mean, is the wizard the one who was just talking to us? I guess so. I am going to use the powers of magic to transport you to the surface. Head west until you come to the city of learning. Grey guilds on the what? Grey guilds on the moor, where you may discover a way to return to your own world. Do not fail us! Here, take this gold, it may be of use. He gives you a purse with 10 gold pieces in it. There we go. And as the wizard prepares his spell, he hordes of creatures boils into the cavern. Yeah, boils. I love the descriptions in this book, the way they've worded things, man. They boil into the cavern. Dark elves and cave trolls are pouring into the cavern, attacking the Shield Maiden. As the paladin and priest rush to her aid, you see a huge shadowy form looming behind the sea of elves and trolls. The paladin's glittering sword cuts through the horde, but the dark elves are using magic, and the Shield Maiden is unable to turn their attack. She falls beneath their onslaught. The huge fiend howls triumphantly, like that, just as the wizard completes his spell. Dude, I would have loved to have seen that in live action. That would have been awesome. Suddenly, you're blinded by the sunshine. Right, hang on. You are standing on the lip of an immense chasm. So, we're up high at least. We're up at a chasm. You realize that this must be the rift the Crusaders spoke of. The rocky earth is blackened and cracked, full of pits and fissures, and noisome fumes rise from the depths of the chasm. You trip and fall into the chasm, your adventure ends here. Your shoelace is untied. Ah! To the west, you see a range of green hills partially covered in trees and thick woodland. A few hundred meters to your right, you can see where a forest begins, extending all the way to the hills. You realize that you must head in the direction of the hills to reach the Grey Guilds. But which route will you take? If you go through the forest, we can do that. That's an option. Or would you rather take the more direct route across the open ground? Guys, we want to go through the forest or take the open ground route? What do you reckon? I'm not making choices I get us killed every time. Mate, no you don't. Honestly, we all take it in turns to kill each other. Alright, that's the way family works, isn't it? Right, the forest might be fun. Is that you saying we're going to go through the forest, mate? Or is that just you saying it might be fun? Forest! Let's go to the forest of death, yeah? I mean the forest of doom. Okay, we're going through the forest, guys. Imagine if it got to a point and it said, now you must read the Forest of Doom book. How cool would that be? You enter the greeny gloom of the forest, guys. Okay? It's the woods. And after a while, you stumble into a clearing and stop in surprise at the sight that greets you. A huge, white she-wolf, almost as large as a pony, you can tell it's a woman, is suckling 2 cubs. Surely the cubs would be suckling her, not the other way around. She pushes them aside and crouches, snarling. Do you want to back off? Leave her to it? Say, sorry, leave you guys to it? Or offer the wolf some dried meat? We have 10 meals, so I guess we have some, you know, pepperoni sticks in our backpack. Or we can attack her. We can either attack her, offer her our dried meat, or back off and leave, guys. Show them the size of our balls. Have a picnic. Yeah, we're gonna offer our dried meat. Here, love. What do you think of this? Do you wanna nosh this bit of dried meat? Cross one of your provisions off your adventure sheet. We've given her some food. Cost us a bit. Crouching on one knee, you toss the dried meat to the wolf, speaking in soothing tones as you do so. There. The wolf accepts your gift. Then a green-robed figure steps out into the clearing. He has an oak staff in one hand and a silver sickle in the other. A crown of mistletoe rests on his head. There's a picture of Santa Jesus, by the way. There he is. Santa Jesus. He smiles at you and says, "My name is Woodman. I am the guardian druid of the sacred grove. My friend, Snowmane, thanks you for the gift of food." Where's mine now? Huh? This is my neck of the woods. Such gentle generosity deserves a reward. The blessing of the druids will go with you. May fortune smile on you. We get a luck point for the druid's blessing. Does that mean we can up our... I mean, we're at full luck. I don't think we get it if we're not. So I don't think we actually get the luck point, because we're at full luck. It's Brian Blessed. Brian Blessed's lost a bit of weight, hasn't he? You look wary. And when you look wary, with those things dangling on your hair, just try a little tenderness, he says. Here, have this. He takes a golden apple from his robes and hands it to you. Note it down. Golden apple. It'll give us 4... Oh, just add the meal back. Just add the meal back. He's given us a golden apple. It'll give us 4 stamina points if we eat it. You thank him, and I mean, hang on, didn't Adam and Eve get given an apple and it sort of nuked them? It was the like really dodgy. Is this the same sort of thing? Because he does look a bit godlike. You thank him, and knowing you must continue on your quest, you reluctantly leave this peaceful, idyllic, sacred grove and go, yeah, I suppose I better get back to reality. You force through heavy undergrowth for some time, making your way over the hill and into the thick wooded valley on the other side. You then take a trail heading west, so we're on like plains now, I guess. It's like a hill, yeah. An Adam's apple. Thank you, Brian. Where are we? You then take a trail heading west and are making good speed until rounding a corner you see a huge brown-scaled lizard with 8 legs basking in the sun. Its heavy horned jaw is filled with long protruding teeth. We have to test our luck, guys. This ain't gonna go well. I rolled an 8 and we have a luck of 7. We are unlucky. So if you are unlucky, basically, we're testing our luck to see if we can slip past without waking it up. We were unlucky in doing that. Basically, we sneezed as we try to slip past him. Treading on some dry leaves, you are unlucky to snap a hidden twig. And as the basilisk turns its gaze towards you, your body grows heavy. You fling yourself into the undergrowth as your skin begins to turn a stony grey colour. You have just avoided being turned to stone by the reptile's gaze, but the effects of partial petrification have damaged your muscle fibres. Lose 1 skill point. Oh my gosh, we're down to 8 skill by default now. Hastily, you cut a path through the undergrowth and leave the sluggish but deadly monster behind, rejoining the path further on. Guys, we have got no chance in this book. I'm telling you now. We've got a skill of 8, a luck of 6, and a stamina of 18. This is going to be a short one, guys, I'll tell you now. Sneaking like Brian Blessed. The trail winds between the spurs of 2 hills and plunges down into a moist... Why can I not hear the planes? I feel like we should be hearing this. I don't know. Let me just up the ante here. There we go. Trail winds down between the spurs of 2 hills and plunges down into a moist, mossy dell. At the bottom, a large dew pond covered with algae is shaded by the boughs of a horse chestnut tree. Your attention is caught by a weak cry. An old woman is up to her neck in it in the middle of a pool. Her matted hair is streaked green with the scum of the pool.
I'm drowning! Help me! I'm tangled in the weeds!
She begs piteously. Do we want to help her or decide to ignore her and carry on, guys? There's an old lady drowning in the water. Do we go and help her or do we just go, you're all right, love? I don't like touching people, like, so I can't help you, I'm afraid. What do you want to do, guys? Wind's picking up as well, guys. Steal her clothes? Rhymester, mate. What the hell? I mean, it didn't say she was naked, mate. I mean, that's not one of the options, I'm afraid. What would Brian Blessed do? Eh? What would he do? Die! What should we do, guys? Should we help her or just leave her to it? So you got yourself into it, you can get yourself out. Give her the tough love or give her some help love? What do you reckon? Oh, gonna be tired. What do you reckon, guys? Better give her a hand. Here, glove, hold on to this and I'll pull you out. We're gonna help her. You wade carefully into the scum-covered pond and hold your hand out to the old woman. There is a sudden churning in the water and slimy tentacles slither around your thighs. The old woman's head rears up to you, revealing a huge, horny beak where her chest should have been, above a bloated body, sprouting 6 tentacles. You must fight the, witch from Little Mermaid. It's a Grendel, guys. It's a Grendel. You made it sound like we're going to need all the help we can get. Here we go, guys. We got a fighter. It's a Grendel, actually. She's got a skill of 8 and a stamina of 9. So it's even Stevens with the battle. We both have 8. So she rolls an 11. Fucking 11. We roll a 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 4 difference. We lose 4 points. Round 1, fight. Right, she rolls a 3. Ah, here we go. This is our turn. We roll a 10. She rolled a 3. That's 7. She's down to 2 now. This is going to be over, I reckon, if we win this. She rolls a 6. Sounds like a chicken. We roll a 7, she loses 1. She's down to 1 stamina point, guys. She rolls a 6. We roll a 7. We killed her. She's gone. She's dead. Eventually, the hills give way to a desolate grey moor stretched out to the west. After half an hour or so, you see a cloud of dust ahead. You can soon make out a group of 20 horsemen. They wheel their steeds towards you, and the drumming of hooves carries you over to the breeze. As they get nearer, you can see that this is a band of warrior women. It's the, women? Amazonian women, isn't it? From Wonder Woman. Clad in chainmail and studded leather armor, their faces look grim and unwelcoming as they wheel around you. They've all got resting bitch faces. Forming a closed circle, their captain spurs her horse forward and tersely demands, "What you doing here, alone on the edge of the moor? Will we tell them about our quest? So be honest. Say that we're from another world. Tell them that we are the last survivor of an ambushed caravan." So now we're in bullshit territory. "Pretend that you are deaf and dumb." Sorry? What? "Or demand they escort you to the Grey Guilds on the moor." Show Linda Carter. Spelsing's got this obsession, mate. She's on the rope already. Don't know what that means. Right, so we're going to tell them about our quest. Say that we're from another world. Tell them that we are a last survivor in ambush caravan. Pretend that we're deaf and dumb, or demand that they escort us. The truth, okay? Which is tell them about our quest. That's that one. So this is what it is, man. I woke up, right, and I was in this like place, and I had my sword, right, and I was fighting it, you know what I mean? And then suddenly I was in a dungeon, people telling me what to do in it, and then there's this bro, and he don't like me, and he throws me down deep and says I gotta save the planet, right? And then I'd end up, right, in the hills and the forest, right, in it, bruv, you know what I mean? And then I come see you. So that's my story, innit, bruv? Tell me yours. The captain and other members of the patrol start to laugh at you. I'm not surprised if we said that. She throws her head back with her hands on her hips and stares at you. "Give me your sword and climb up behind Elvira here." She points to one of the younger women. "We must take you back to Grey Guilds. Will you hand the sword over or refuse to give it up?" Guys, she's asking for our weapon. She says she'll take us where we want to go, but we've got to give her our weapon. Oh, matron. What should we do, guys? Should we give these women our sword and let them take us, or shall we hold on to it and say, give it to her, Wargaming Dad says. Give it to her. Right. Take me sword in your hand, love. It's yours. Take me where I want to go. Elvira helps you up behind her. She appears none too pleased with the prospect of sharing her horse with you. And as you ride in silence across the wilderness, you realize you ain't got a sword anymore, guys. We have to lose 2 skill points until we actually get another weapon. That takes our skill down to 6 now. This, honestly, if we complete this book with all these stats, it will be a miracle. So we got no sword, we got no luck, we've barely got stamina. My butt is sore for some reason. You ride into the late afternoon, moving from the wilderness to a grey and desolate moor. Ahead you can see walls of a large city. A salute is given as you approach the huge arched gate in the fortified wall. The captain details half her patrol to remain on guard at the gate. Turning to you, she says, "We are taking you to Harkana. She will want to ask you some questions. Do you want to seize the first opportunity and fight our way out of this, or go quietly and see what happens? What should we do? Eat an apple." Right, we're eating an apple, guys. There we go, we're back up to full strength. We've had our apple. It is very nice. It was golden. It was a golden delish. Go with them. Okay, so let's see what happens. We'll just see how it plays out. This could be a good thing for us. We'll soon find out. So we're on the horse again. We're riding to the city of learning. Graze guilds along a street called Moorgate. Many of the buildings are quite grand. They're built of light grey stone. You see a mixture of people in the streets. They're all bustling about. And there are some men wearing light blue togas who are sages and professors from the guilds of learning. We're still on our horse. Other groups of young men and women are carrying books and scrolls. And you realize that we haven't got a sword still. But we're no match for these chicks. And have no alternative but to go with them. Hang on. We're riding in. Yeah. We're taken along Moorgate past various food and pottery shops and then down a bustling store street. They turn right to the guard street and come to a halt outside a squat grey building. It is the watch house. The patrol dismounts and you are ushered to do the same and get your butt inside. Alright, man. Don't be pushy. The hell is she doing? Guys, there's a picture here that I don't... Yeah, it relates to what I'm about to read, but check out the picture. What's she up to? Is she opera singing or what? After a short delay, you are taken into a large office. Inside is a tall, striking, raven-haired woman dressed in a long black cloak, which parts to reveal the polished hilt of a longsword. Her bearing suggests great personal power. She stands and greets you. I am Harkana, High Priestess of the Temple of Carilla, and Marshal of the Watch. You have been telling me some unusual stories. She nods, and the guards begin to search us. We try to resist, but are held powerless. The talisman is ripped from its place of concealment and handed to Harkana. She recognizes it immediately, and she laughs with rapturous delight. She turns away and says, I am going to the temple, okay? Throw this fool out into the streets, okay? Just get out of my sight, please. You are hustled out and the door of the watch house slams shut behind you. She's stolen our talisman now. Stolen our talisman. You have lost it. What are you going to do next? We're going to have to hustle on the street, I think. We can either go back down to Guard Street to Store... Go back down Guard Street to Store Street. Or we can turn down Smith Street. Or we can walk down the Street of Seven Sins. Guys, do you want to walk down the Street of Seven Sins? Or do you want to walk down Smith Street? Or we can go back down Guard Street to Store Street. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to go back to Store Street, go down the Sam Smith Street, or walk down the Street of Seven Sins? Make your choice, live or die. The less scary sounding one. Smith Street, my good man. Okay. We're going to go down Sam Smith Street. Okay. Smith sounds fine, doesn't it? You astride. You don't ride. You don't walk. You astride down Smith Street. I don't even know what. Oh no, it's stride. It's not astride. It's stride. You stride down Smith Street like you own the place. Next door to a tinker's shop, you see what appears to be an armorer's. Do you wish to go into the armorer's or pass it by? What do you reckon, guys? I don't want to play it. Ugh. Maybe we should have a little nibble. We did actually eat something, so I should have actually nibbled on something. Let me get. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's just full of nuts. Oh, yeah, we'll have that. A little bit of chocolate. we may be able to go in to replace our sword. I'm just going to have the meal that we had before because I forgot to eat myself when we ate. So I'm going to do it now before we go in. Linda Carter took it. What is the obsession with Linda Carter, mate? Are you eating sausages or something? Oh, wait. That's Linda McCarthy. Not Linda Carter. Who's Linda Carter? I don't even know who Linda Carter is. Let me look up this name. Search Google for Linda Carter. Linda Carter, an American actress, beauty pageant title holder, crowned Miss World USA for 1972. Now it's all becoming clear. She finished in the top 15 at the Miss World 1972 pageant. Carter is best known for the star of the live-action... Oh, it's Wonder Woman! Linda Carter, of course! What am I thinking? Fucking Wonder Woman. Duh. The original Wonder Woman, man. Right, okay, I'm with you now, mate. Ooh. Whoa! Guys! The wind's picking up. Right. Don't know what that was all about. Right. What is it? We're gonna go in. We're going into the armory. Oh my god, guys. I've got to play this, right? I had to catch a train the other day. To Liverpool. And when I was on it, there was this guy on the train as well. And he walks in and he announces himself, right? And he was pissed. You could tell he was pissed. Right? Let me see. I got an audio recording of it. I think. I might have deleted it. Right, here we go. No, I've got it. He came on the train. He had a thick Scouse accent, right? He came in, and as he walked on, he went, "Right, my name's Joseph James Freeman," right? And he was pissed as a fart. Old guy. He looked like the original Doctor Who man. He looked like him. What was his name? Tribaldi or whatever. And he comes in, and he sits down next to me. Now, I'm in a carriage surrounded by students, right? And they're all going to some rave or something. I don't know. And he starts talking to them, like, quite with a bit of aggression. I don't know if this is going to pick it up, but I had to record his voice because he was being like a stand-up comedian. He was honestly taking the piss out of everybody with aggression, though, because he was so pissed. And yeah. So I basically hang on. Oh, so I recorded his voice. Listen to this, right? Listen to this.
He's not getting his stroking done. What's going on? Are you set? What are you messing with your hair for? He's not autistic, is he? Look at his hair. In a kind of nice way. I'm 53, look at my hair. That's good. I told you. How old are you now? 22. Bad kid,
Right, seriously, I mean, that was the most calmest bit of that, right? That was the most calmest bit. Let me skip these ads. It's trying to run some ads here. Skip them. That was the calmest bit, right? But he was honestly, and he said basically he'd just done some mushrooms, and he mentioned like 1973 as well, but I don't know why. But he'd just done some mushrooms. He was going to Liverpool, right back home, and honestly, it was so funny. It's like late at night, and he gets on, and everybody's a bit nervous, and then he moves down the carriage, and there is a woman down there going like this. She off her heads as well, like she's just like monging on the next carriage, like this, right? No teeth, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is going on here? Right, seriously, it was so funny. I can't remember why I remembered that, but I just had to share it. Right, so we go inside the armory shop. Working at an anvil is a brawny man, glistening with sweat. He is fashioning the hilt of a sword. Other finished swords stand in a rack along one side of the shop. "Take your pick. 7 gold pieces, if you please," he says, without looking up. "You may buy one if you wish, or thank him and leave." Who's monging? Monging. She was monging. She was like, oh, well. She was off her tits on drugs. He was on mushrooms. Honestly, there was a girl who was sat at a table, and he was sat opposite her, and he'd like pick up her mobile and go, hello, and just like start riffing, and he actually genuinely was funny. But he started to really get a bit angry, and every time somebody spoke to him and asked him a question, he'd go, whoa, 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 like this, right? Honestly, someone Googled the guy's name, and it turned out, like, honestly, let me Google it myself. Because it turned out that he was, like, a dangerous person or something. I don't think it's the same person. Joseph James Freeman. So when you Google the name that he gave us, it came up with some dodgy person who would like pub shooting. Here we go. Has been remanded in custody over an attack of a suspected pub shooting, which saw gunshots fired in the old bank pub on the day it reopened. Like, honestly, I'm like, what? Oh, there is a James Joseph Freeman who died in 1886. That's a bit creepy. Whoa. But anyway, yeah, this guy was off his head. Seriously. Charles Manson. Basically, yeah. Basically. Anyway, guys, are we going to ask him to... are we going to buy one of these things, or are we going to leave the shop? Everybody was a bit nervous about this guy. Everybody was a little bit like, what's going on? You know? But yeah. It was all a bit dodged, to be honest. Yeah, got me nuts. Oh yeah, cashews. Love cashews, man. How are we doing for gold? We've got 10 gold pieces, mate. Yellow says bye. Hello, Yellow. How you doing? I missed your comment before. Sorry. So we're going to buy one. Let's see how much they cost. You choose a sword which feels well balanced. It's well crafted long sword, similar to the one used by the warrior women. You may restore it to 2 skill points if you lost it and had your sword taken. You pay the man and leave. It doesn't tell you how much you pay him. We just got away with it, guys. We're back to 8. Guys, it didn't take any gold off us. It says you pay the man and leave. He didn't actually even say how much his things was he? Honestly. Are we dead yet? No, but we're halfway there, mate. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa! Looking for the talisman. Take my hand. I'll take you, I swear. Whoa! Looking for the talisman. Looking for the talisman of death. Bow, bow, bow. Hey, Flaming Heron, how's it going, mate? No, we're not dead yet. But it's not looking good on the next page. You continue down the Sam Smith Street. There are no shops here, and the street is deserted except for a stooping, cowled figure who looks like a beggar. Looks like a Jawa, to be honest, from Star Wars. He comes up to you and suddenly draws himself up to his full height. Inside the cowl there is nothing. No face, just two glowing coals suspended in the blackness. Your horror at this apparition turns to dread as it hisses in a sibilant whisper.
Did you think you could run from death? Give me the talisman.
A black gloved claw reaches out towards you.
Do you
say that you know? I haven't got the talisman, mate. I swear to God. Or do we attack it right back again? Your singing career is looking good as well. Is it, mate? Thank you. Sorry, do we say we haven't got it? Sorry, mate, ain't got it anymore. Not my problem. Go look for somewhere else. Or do we attack this thing? That's the thing there.
Give me the talisman.
Or do we attack it? Do we attack it or say, ain't my problem, mate? What the hell was that one? Tell him the woman took it and give her her address. Yeah, he needs to piss off, doesn't he? This guy here, he needs to piss off, that guy. Right, so Flaming says, tell him we ain't got it. I said, mate, I ain't got it anymore. You can check me, mate. You strip me if you want. I've not got the talisman. Del Boy took it back off me. Alright?
Lies!
It hisses and strikes you with its claw before you can move. A chill numbness spreads from the wound, and you feel as if your lifeblood is being drained away. Lose 1 skill point and 2 stamina points. Dudes, we're down to 7 skill now. Now you must fight the minion of death. Dudes, this is a minion of death. Each time it strikes you, you lose 1 skill point as well as the stamina loss. Are you kidding me? So every round we fight, we lose an additional skill point. It's got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 7. Guys, its stats are the year of the Star Wars. Skill of 7, stamina of 7, the minion of death. Guys, it was nice playing today, wasn't it, guys? We've got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 16. So technically, we've got a good shot here. I eat minions of death for breakfast. Tim, I hope so, mate. I hope bloody so. This is really a fight to the death. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight, guys. We cannot afford to lose a single round to this creature, okay? Let's hope he rolls, because he's rolling first. Let's hope he rolls a double 1. You know? We need some of your dice rolling magic. Here you go. He rolls. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Guys, I can't... without... He rolled a double 6, guys. Which... Hang on a second. Who attacked who? No, whoa, 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 whoa. You must fight. We attack him, sorry. Sorry, I did that... I did that wrong, guys. We should be rolling first, not him, because he striked at us, but now we attack back, so we roll first. So we'll just start that again. Okay. This is the worst cheating ever. Oh, okay. If we die, I take responsibility for the choice. What about our potion, mate? You can't take potions in battle. I want to start again. We are rolling first, okay? So we roll. I thought that was a double 1, then it's a 3. I seriously thought I'd rolled a double 1. We rolled a 3, guys. He rolls a 9. We lose 6 points. We're down to 10. Now we have 6 stamina. Oh, sorry, 6 skill now, because it's the next round. So... I'll do him first this time, okay? He rolls, and we have to lose 1 additional point to our dice roll. He rolled a 6, okay? So we roll, and we have to -1 off our score. We roll. He had 6. We rolled a 6. It's now a 5. He won by 1 point. We're down to 9, and now we have a skill of 5. So now we have to -2 points off our dice roll. He rolls an 8. We've got to get like a 12 or a 10 or 11. Distract him with our balls. Well, I don't think that's going to distract a minion of death if we take out our hairy coconuts, mate. Have we still got the Y-shaped stick from the Firetop Mountain? Can't we just go, look at that, and then leg it? Can't we just do that? Right. What did I say he rolled? He rolled an 8. We rolled an 8 as well, but we lose 2 points, which is down to 6. And that's 2 points we just lost of stamina. So we're down to 7 stamina, and now we're on 4 skill. We've got a skill of 4. He's got a skill of 7. We've got a -3 points off. He rolled a 7. We've got a -3 points off here. We rolled double 6s! Guys! We rolled double bloody 6s, guys. Oh, you can't see that now. We rolled double 6s. We've just killed him. Oh my gosh. That was legit, guys. We rolled double 6s. Okay, if a minion of death asks you, you have the talisman. You just leg it. Your last blow meets no resistance. The grey cloak billows to the ground, and he does an Obi-Wan Kenobi on you. All is silent except for a sudden keening of the wind. Just a little bit of wind, guys. A little bit of wind. You rest and overcome the shock to your system. If you've lost any skill points, all but 1 are restored. So we are back up to 7 now, guys. Cautiously, you move on in the town. Now we've got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 7, may I say. Cautiously, you move on, coming up to Silver Street. Eat some meals. Yeah, let's get some meals down, as guys. So 18 is our top score. So we can have, that'll take us up to 15. 2 meals, and we're up to 15 stamina. Okay, biscuit time. It's peanut time. I got nuts. How'd you like the taste of them nuts, eh? Suck it, death. Did I scare you, Loxley, mate? Sorry. Mate, that was such a surprise when I rolled that. What's our skill? 7. Salty. Yeah, they are, actually. They're roasted mixed nuts. So we've got cashews, we got macadamia, we got almonds, we got pecans. They're nice. Just a whole mixture, man. Cashews are my favorite. I think I also saw some walnuts. Yeah, there's walnut and other pecans. Pecans are nice. We had a pecan tree in America growing just outside, so I could have these whenever I wanted. They're really nice. I shared the energy and raised my hands as well. Mine just was jump-started. Did we just kill the front? I don't... yeah, I think that's the dude we've just nuked. Yeah. Can't believe... honestly, I can't... but I thought we were dead for sure. I really did. Guys, this could be doable. Right. We're going to Silver Street. Turning down Silver Street, you're startled by what sounds like men's voices. Whispering nearby, you soon realize that a trick of the wind... hang on, we're in a town here. We're in some sort of town, aren't we? So, yeah. It's trick of the wind, and it's carrying their words to you through a broken piece of piping, which connects a ramshackle house to an open drain. There are 3 of them, and it seems that they are planning to rob a jeweler's, which you can plainly see on the bend of Silver Street. So there's a jeweler's on the bend of Silver Street. There's some broken piece of pipe that's, you know, whispering in the wind, and it allows us to hear these men's voices saying that they're going to rob the jewelers. There is a shabby staircase leading up to the house. What do you want to do, guys? Do you want to go up the staircase of this house, walk quickly to the jewelers, or just ignore all this bullshit and turn into Store Street? What do you want to do? What's that shit there? No. Can't believe. What do you want to do, guys? Head to the jewelers. Go up the staircase of this shabby house, or ignore all this and carry on to Store Street. Carry on to Store Street. Let's go. Yeah, they can rob this. Like, we don't really care about this town. This isn't Earth anyway, so I don't think it applies the same sort of moral law, does it? So, God can't see us on this planet. You continue along Store Street and then down a tree-lined avenue called Booker's Walk. There's two very grand buildings, built of blocks of grey stone. They stand on either side of the road. And there's a group of young people in blue togas, right? Escorted by a white-haired old man in pale blue robes, enters the building opposite. A white flag showing books and scrolls is flying from the nearest building, and it appears to be a library. Will you see what information the library has to offer? Investigate the other building to find out what the young people are doing. So we can go up to these young people and see what they're doing, which is by a building, or we can go into the library and rent a book. Maybe we can get the Talisman of Death rented, and we can find out our future. Let's visit the library, guys. Let's see what kind of library they've got to offer. It must be cool. It must be really good. Full of scrolls and ancient texts. You know, real knowledge in this one, I reckon. The entrance hall of the library is filled with desks, which with scribes are working, copying books and scrolls. Reclining on a plush window seat is a wrinkled old fella in the pale blue robes of a scholar. You do feel out of place here, wearing armor in the quiet of a library, so we're clanking around, where the stillness is broken only by the scratching of pens. So you can hear the... like that. They might have some rare Final Fantasy copies. Let's look for a lance here, guys! Welcome to the largest library in the Man March, says the sage. Choose any tomb or scroll you may wish to pursue. Perhaps I may be of assistance. What is your field of study? Will you ask to read something about the gods, or ask to read something about the history of the Grey Guilds, guys? Do we gonna look up the book on God, or the book on Grey Guild? Don't need that anymore, actually. I can get rid of that. And that one. Don't need that. There we go. History of the Grey Guilds. My good man, have you got a book on the history of the Grey Guilds? I'm studying it for a test and I need to get some research. The sage shows you to a side room full of reading desks, and a few are occupied by students of history, young and old. With an expansive gesture, he points to a wall lined with shelves, which are filled with scrolls and tablets. You choose a set of scrolls called Grey Guilds Revisited by Nevely. It is a story of a desolate young nobleman who failed to take advantage of the education offered by the Guilds of Learning. You are able to glean much interesting information about the city. The religious orders hold all the power. You are astonished to find that Vagar, the god of thieves, liars and cutthroats, has the most followers within the city. There is a temple to the death in this... There is a temple to death... What? There is a temple to death in the city as well. That doesn't even make sense, that sentence. Indeed, it seems that Greyguilds is not the tranquil city it once was. The armed forces protecting the city come from two groups. The warrior women, who worship the evil goddess Fel Kenrilla, that chick from the cave, and the followers of All Mother. Greyguilds lies on the edge of a large plain called the Man March, or Lands of Men. It is just one of the many cities in this part of the world. And as you are wondering whether you will ever visit Doomover or the Spires of Foreshadowing, the other students begin filing out. With a start, you realize it is already dark and you have to leave quickly, looking for a safer place to sleep. You leave the building and continue on down Booker's Walk. The streets are already deserted and there are a few lights in this part of the city. You search for the welcoming light of an inn. Then, without warning, the steel teeth of a hidden man-trap snap shut round your leg, ripping flesh from your leg. You are in terrible pain, lose 2 stamina points. Fuck it hell. We're down to 13 now. Shadowy figures loom out of the murk all around you. Their faces are glowing with a sickly pallor in the moonlight. They are wearing black robes clasped at the neck by shrunken human skulls. Do you still have the Talisman of Death? It got taken off us, didn't it? We don't have it. Isn't that right, guys? We don't have the Talisman anymore? It got took off us, didn't it? Yeah, we haven't got it. We are the priesthood of death, says one of the figures. We have come for what is ours. Your arms are held and you are searched. Realizing that you are not carrying the talisman, they step back. One of them strikes you across the face. Where is it, hidden worm? Suddenly, the clatter of hooves disrupts the menacing priests. A large group of riders carrying torches comes into sight, and the priests melt back into the shadows as silently as they came. The riders of the watch halt before you. Hey, you're in a pretty pickle. There's one less problem for us tonight, hey girls? This provokes a gale of laughter, but you fail to see the funny side as they ride off, leaving you held fast in the jaws of the trap. Okay, that was a bit random. Yeah, that woman took it, didn't you? You're left alone to wonder, you know, decisions that you've made in your life, and you ponder the law keepers of the city and how they could be so cruel as to leave an innocent person in such dire straits. Little nod to a group there, musical. You tear feverishly at the trap. This is like that film 126 hours, isn't it? Or 127 hours. Terrified of some food pad slitting your throat for his own vile amusement. It's like Saw the movie, this is. Soft footsteps approach. You look over your shoulder and it's Jigsaw. Wanna play a game? And see a man approaching. Here, he says, let me rescue you from this trap. He steps up the release catch, which has been out of your reach, and the trap springs open. You step free and he walks along by your side. Assuming that we can walk, we've just had our leg in a trap. Have you a place to stay tonight? Perhaps you would like to sleep in my humble abode. Not into that dude. He looks at you sideways. You are curious. Oh gosh. You were curious that he should be walking the streets alone at night, but you were also exhausted. Will you accept his offer to go back to his, or decline his offer, guys? What do you want to do, man? Do you want to go back with this bro, or not? Honestly, you can't buy this shit, man, can you? Rhymester says, go with him. Yeah, man, let's see what he's got to offer us. Yeah, he's got a prenup to offer us, guys. That's what it is. Oh, there's a picture of him. There is a picture of him, guys. There he is. That's the guy. Want to come back to mine, eh? My mum's away all weekend. The man's house is a small stone bungalow. He leads you into his bedroom straight away, no introductions, and offers you a straw-filled mattress behind a curtain. Is he the other side of the curtain? Thankfully, it's a chance to rest, and you go to sleep without asking any questions, and you sleep deeply and regain 4 stamina points, for which we can only take all 4. So we got 17 now. We're almost back up to full strength. I get the feeling that our bottom will be sore come the morning. I'm not that type of adventurer. Yeah, you wake up and your butt is stinging. You wake to find that your host is sitting watching you. I hope you are well rested. You talked in your sleep. He smiles at you and says, do you need help? Has someone stolen something from you? How did you come to be trapped alone on the street last night? Do you want to tell him the whole story and ask him for his advice? Or would you prefer to say, sorry, I haven't seen that film, and that you cannot answer? Sleep with one eye open. Right, so we've just been bested by this weirdo. Okay, so do you want to tell him the whole story and ask for his advice, or say that you'd prefer not, not to say anything? That you can't answer. Spellseek says, trust him and chat. We're trusting this dude who took us in, groomed us, did things to us, touched me there, We tell him everything, and he listens with growing amazement. Growing amazement! He introduces himself as Apothesis, a sage of history. I have heard of the Talisman of Death. You must recover it at all costs. He suggests that you enlist the help of the Thieves Guild, as he doesn't think you can recapture it alone. It'll be the temple to Fel Carillia by now. I'll warrant. Hakana, the High Priestess, will be holding it there. Go to the Red Dragon Inn at the Street of the Seven Sins. It is dangerous, but you may make contact with the thieves there. He gives you a breakfast of savoury pancakes and invites you to dinner that evening, saying that he will try to discover more to aid you if you come to have dinner. In the meantime, he says, take these. He hands you 5 gold rings. 5 gold pieces, guys. He's paid us. He's rent boy. He's paid us 5 gold pieces and given us a ring, which will increase our skill at arms. So we're wearing a ring that increases our skill back up to 8. We'll take his ring. As you leave, he gives you a jade rose. Dude gives us a rose when we left. When you return this evening, show this and I will know that you are not a shape changer. Of course, mate. Yeah, that's why you give me the rose. You thank him for his help and leave the bungalow. Will you go to the Red Dragon Inn or head for the temple, guys? Tell him to let go of our hand. Yeah, money for services rendered, mate. He's a good egg, bit like Rolf Harris. Oh my god. See what I did here? I'm going to draw a little. Okay, so do you want to go to the Red Dragon Inn or head for the temple, guys? This book is so bizarre. Tie me kangaroo down. Takes on a whole other meaning. Oh my god. I'm gonna pass out. Honestly. Oh my life. Like this video is gonna get banned on YouTube, I'm telling you. There's no way this video is gonna be allowed to publish. There's going to be strike after strike after strike. We're in strike season, evidently, isn't it? The trains have struck. Bloody Qantas have struck. They've gone on strike. Who else has gone on the strike? I think somebody else has gone on the strike. And now YouTube's going to strike me. It says ads are going to run. Let me skip them. I have the power now to skip all the ads. The Red Dragon Inn. Let's go to see Hannibal Lecter, shall we? You take a side street which leads towards the Street of Seven Sins and are almost pushed aside by a couple of students in blue togas. They are quarrelling and begin fighting in front of you, and it seems one very much disagrees violently with something the other has said. And as they tussle, you notice that the angry man has dropped a small brass tiger charm. Will you interrupt the quarrel and give the charm back? Say, excuse me, drop this. Ignore them and go on your way. Just ignore the charm, ignore them, or pick the charm up. What you want to do, guys? Writers, actors, yeah! The actors and writers of strike. It's strike season, isn't it? Right before the April tax rebates. Everyone wants an extra holiday for before Christmas. That's what it is. And get paid. Do you still get paid if you're on strike? I think you do. I'm not sure. So are we going to ignore this charm that they've dropped? We're going to pick it up and give it back? Or are we going to pick it up and keep it for ourselves? What do you reckon, guys? I know what I'd do. Let's see what you guys say. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Ignore it. Okay. Ignore it and go on our way. I would have actually given it back because it belongs to the scholars and they've always been good to us. So if they drop something and they might want it back, then, you know, I mean, obviously you're not going to rob somebody anyway, but if it fell out of their pocket, it's not really theft, is it? You're just picking up rubbish off the floor. But I'd have made sure they got it back because they've been good to us. But we've ignored it. We just carry on. So we come out of Street of Seven Sins and soon find the Red Dragon Inn. Steps lead downwards and the sound of raucous laughter floats up from the smoke-filled gloom below. You enter and walk over to the only part of the dive where it is lit enough to make anything out. Passing tables and stools, you come to the bar, behind which stands the bulky proprietor of the inn. Do you have the brass tiger charm? No, we don't. I hope that wasn't important. You ask the barman, can I have a mug of ale, my good man? While he pours you your drink, your eyes adjust to the gloom and you survey his customers. You have never seen a more disreputable bunch of villainous-looking cutthroats in your life before, and the barman says, that'll be a piece of gold, please. And you hand over the money as you replace your money pouch. So we've lost one gold piece. As you replace your money pouch, a dozen pair of eyes watch closely as we put our money back in its pouch. The only one who doesn't watch is a stooped old man, cleaning slops off an empty table. Do we talk to the barman, walk over to the old man, or approach 6 surly-looking men who look like thieves? Do you want to approach 6 men, guys? Or do you want to approach one old man? Or do you want to talk to the barman in this bar? What do you reckon, guys? One old man, 6 big YMCA looking men, or wargaming. Let's just go to the old man. The toothless old man mutters at you. He tells you that his ale cellar is a dangerous place. Having given his warning, he shuffles fearfully away. Will you go back to the bar or go over to the 6 strong men? What do you reckon, guys? Can we take on 6 men? If they attack us, can we beat them off? Or do we go to the barman? What do you reckon? The bar. Let's go back to the bar. The barman says, you're not like my usual customers. A rough lot come in here. Most days, these fellas don't rely on charity for a crust, you know. Will you try and make friends and ask him how he keeps order? Or ask him how they get their money? What do you reckon? What's his secret to keeping this big burly bar in check? Or how are these guys making their money? What do you reckon? Watching myself on the replay, man. Fucking funny. Are we looking for thieves? We are looking for thieves. We are, Loxley. So are we going to talk to these 6 thieves? Or... Oh no, we're not. Sorry, we're asking the barman how he keeps his bar in check, or how they get money. How do they get money, or how do you keep this place looking so nice, mate? That's basically what we're asking. We can ask the barman, you know, how they make their money. You want in. Rhymester wants to make some money. How do those 6 men make their money? The surly men around the ale cellar scowl at you. The barman says, "Don't know, I'm sure. Why don't you go ask them?" And then he shuts up. One of the men at the table of 6 menacingly says, "Yes, come and ask us." Okay, looks like we're going over, guys. You introduce yourself to the motley group of villains. Hi! Strong, what's his name? Super strong thingy majiggy. Can't remember his name. And I'm here on an adventure, and I wish to ask you how you fine gentlemen make your money. They do not reply. You persevere, saying that you only wish to speak to them for a few moments. One of them, whose face is marked by a jagged scar running from chin to ear, fixes you with a stare and grates, "We don't care for the law, so watch yourself. You could be dead before you knew we'd moved." So, do you want to ask them the way to the Thieves Guild? Say you really need help with unfinished business? Or boldly retort that their threats don't scare you? So you could say, "You don't scare me." Or you could say, "Guys, I might need some of your help. I've got a cat up a tree and I need some help. I need some strong men to help me." Or you can say, "Do you know the way to the Thieves Guild? I have a death sentence on 3 systems." Exactly, Spellsing. "Yeah, you watch yourself. I have a death warrant on 3 systems. Scarface, "Take a lot, my little friend." "I need a good, strong man." Is that what you want to say, Flaming Heron? Because that is one of them, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. So it's ask them the way to the Thieves Guild, say you need help with some unfinished business, uncover your Tommy gun and go, "Say hello to my little friends." Or tell them that they don't scare us. You know? I just got Al Pacino in my head now going, "Say hello to my little friend." Oh, my life. They try and scare us and we just go, "Say hello to my little friend." Right, guys, anyway. Over. Yeah, where's the excuse me, thieves? Where's your hideout, please? I think this is going to kill us. Seriously, I mean, you're asking a bunch of thieves where their main hideout is, where they meet in secret from the law, and you're just going, "Where is it, mate?" Scarface! It says it! Look at that! It actually says it. Scarface says, "Say hello to my little friend." Scarface says, "What do you mean? Are you suggesting we are thieves?" There is an edge in his voice that sounds like Al Pacino on drugs, and a tension amongst his comrades, two of whom have their hands upon their daggers. Do you want to hotly deny it? That you're suggesting that they're thieves? Or flat out say, "Yeah, I'm calling you thieves. Where's your den?" Or just ignore this and say that you've got some valuable information for them. What do you reckon, guys? We can say, "No, mate, no, I wasn't calling you thieves. I was asking if you knew the way." Or say, "Yeah, mate, tell me where you hide out." Or say, "Actually, I could do with your help at a price. Some money. I know a treasure map with an X on it." Try and sway him with money. Valuable info. You gotta go, Tim. Alright, mate, no worries. Take care. Thanks for watching. Take care. Valuable info. Okay. This one's for Tim then. So tell him we've got valuable information. They appear interested and offer you some ale. Some pale ale. You accept a mug of it, but do not drink it because there's something floating at the top. You suggest that in helping you, they might gain a great deal. They agree to meet you and tell you to come to the Thieves Guild at midday tomorrow via the disguised coal hole in Hornbeam Road. Guys, we gotta find the coal hole. Okay? You begin to chat with them. Turns out they're Sagittarius. Two newcomers enter the Red Dragon Ale cellar. The first is very tall, wiry, man whose frame is... I don't know why there's birds singing in this tavern. Honestly, we're inside a bloody pub here and there's bloody birds everywhere and a waterfall of some kind. So he's a wiry man whose frame is draped in a black cloak. Look at Darth Vader, isn't it? The only hint of colour is his hair, very curly and dried bright corn yellow. The second is a handsome young woman dressed in a bizarre patchwork of armour. The barman mutters under his breath, then forces his face into a smile. Tues, Cassandra, welcome. He shouts obsequentially. Dude, these words are far advanced for kids. I can't even read them. The thieves move away from where you're sitting at another table. Tootie Man strolls to the bar and orders a drink. Cassandra sits opposite you at your table, but she ignores you. She's rude. And Tootie Man joins her. What will we do? Will we say nothing? Or will we get up and leave the ale cellar? Or will we introduce ourselves? Hi, I'm Barry. How you doing? Nice to meet you. What do you want to do, guys? You want to introduce yourself? Or do you want to play it cool, man? Like say nothing, you know? Try and get it that way? Or just get up and just walk out and, you know, leave. We've got what we want type of thing. Do that. Mate, Loxley, that doesn't help me. I've given you 3 options, and you say do that one. Introduces Soul Puncher. That's it. Thundercrotch Soul Puncher. That's it. That's the one. Introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Barry. Nice to meet you. I'm something of an adventurer myself. What's your pleasure? Yeah, that's how we talk. That's how we talk from now on in this book. They tell you their names. One's called Tootie Man, and the other one's Cassandra. Cassandra! Tootie Man says, "You're a newcomer. What brings you to the Red Dragon?" The beautiful Cassandra takes a dagger from her boot and starts to toss it over end, like that. Show off. Trying to see how clever she is. Catching it each time by the tip. As you consider your answer, she tosses it again, but doesn't catch it. It buries itself in the table, a centimetre from your hand. No, your hand. So what will we do now? It says here that we can say that we wish to meet some thieves. We're looking for thieves. Or say that you've just come in for a quiet drink out of the hustle and bustle of the day. We've just come in for just a small pale ale. Or mind your own business, man. Like, you just sat down, tossing your knife, and you want to know about me. You sat down at my table, can I say? You know what I mean? Mind your own business, love. What do you want to do, guys? Yeah, that one. Guys, what do you want to say? That you want to meet some thieves? Do you want to say that you've come in for a drink, or tell her to off, nosy bitch? Which one do you want to do, guys? I smell burning. I think someone's burning some toast again. Ask Cassandra where Rodney is. Hey Cassandra, where's Rodders? Eh?
Hey, lovely jubbly!
Basically, innit? I like that. That's good. So what are we going to do, yeah? We're in the market for some thieves. Or say, I've just come in for a cold one after work. You know how it is. Long day in the adventurer world. Needs a drink to relax. Or say, I don't want to tell you actually, but just look at my Grindr profile, please. Instead. Okay, so which one is it, guys? What are we going to tell her? She's thrown a knife like she owns the place. It falls, lands just by her hand. And then it's our move now. It's our move. What are we going to do? Say that you wish to meet some thieves. Say that you came in for a drink. Or tell her... Oh, it says tell him to mind his own business. Sorry, Tootie Man is talking to us, so best not mention Grindr then. Get the wrong idea. Oh, man. Oh, man. That is sore. That is red-ringed sore. That's what she said. Is this still live? Are we still on? What's going on? We're looking for some thieves. Thank you, Loxley, mate. Thank you so much. Okay, at least we got one person awake. Tootie Man says, well, I'm a thief, among other things, and I've just had your purse, mate. Lovely. Why do you want to meet some thieves, he says. You tell him that you have some unfinished business and need some help. Ah, yes, he says, but I am in need at my temple, so I'm not really interested in what you got, mate. Will you take your leave and go upstairs into the street? Or mention that the business involves the Talisman of Death to try and get him interested. You had to refresh it. Okay, mate, no worries. Okay, so, yeah, I can smell food. Someone's cooking, I think. I got nuts. Yeah. What do you want to do? Go back out into the street, or try and entice them with some knowledge about the Talisman of Death. This place is dead. Let's go. Let's get out of here. This place is boring me. Okay. You step out, squinting against the bright light of the late afternoon sun. Add 1 luck point for visiting the Red Dragon Inn. We're back up to 7, guys. Brilliant. You are back in the Street of 7 Sins. If you have met a sage and he has invited you to dinner, yes. Or we can go down a side street called Cobbler's Walk, which heads west, or go down Merchant Street heading northwest. So it's saying that we have been invited, by the way, back home, for anybody who's just joined, we have been invited by a sage who groomed us and did stuff to us, but paid us, or we paid him. Can't remember which way it went. He gave us money, I think. So we have been invited to dinner by the sage. And we can turn to the reference that that's suggesting, or we can ignore that and go to Cobbler's Walk or Merchant Street. Dinner at Shade House. Let's return to our friend with the didgeridoo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fact's got a tip catcher that don't catch tips. Good. He gave us 5 gold pieces. Did he give us 5? Okay. Oh yeah, we got to go back to his house for dinner, haven't we? Guys, are we going to go back for dinner at Rolf Harris's house? Or are we going to go down Merchant Street or Cobbler's Walk? What do you reckon? I think Rhymester said dinner at Shade House, so yeah, let's do that. We've been invited. We're on the list. So let us in, please. On your way towards the sage's house, a small boy turns up. Bring him along. I didn't say that. And asks if you would like to help a very clever scholar make some money doing it. It won't take long, he adds, tugging at your sleeve. Do you want to thank him but decline and go to the sage's house, or will you go with him? So basically, we can make some extra money by helping a very clever scholar, or we can go have dinner with Rolf Harris. What do you reckon? Yeah, he gave us a rose, didn't we? He gave us a flower. So we showed a flower and say, it's me! It's me! Here's the flower. We have to put it between our teeth when we do it, though. I don't have a flower to do this. What is his name? Seal? To prove we're not a shapeshifter, he's given us a flower that we put between our teeth. We knock at the door and go, I'm here. Or we can go with the little boy who will take us to a scholar where we can actually make some more money. That's it. Kissed by a rose. How much money do we have? We have 14 gold pieces, guys. Like Don Flamenco on Mike Tyson's Punch Out, mate. Love it, Loxley. Absolutely love it, yeah. Not sure we should go with this kid as it involves a tough battle. Head for the house dodge. So, Spelsing, are you saying head for Rolf Harris's house? Yeah, Don Flamenco on Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Who played that on the NES? I did, mate, honestly. When you punch and it lifts up and it like that. I love that game. Yeah. So we go into the house for dinner, or are we going with the little boy? Return to Rolf with Skippy. Okay. So sorry, son. Got a date. It's date night tonight. I'm off. Come to the door at Sage House and knock. Hello, I'm here. Got my flower. After a few moments, a manservant opens the door. Oh, here we go. He's brought out the butler. Frankie! Can you get the door, please, Frankie? You explain that you've come to see the sage, and the manservant asks you for a token. Do you have the token, guys? What do we say? Do we have the token? Do you say we have the token or we don't? Yeah, we got it. Of course we do. I do have it. It's a red rose. Put it in me. Just go grab it. Servant says, "Ah, yes, you are expected. Please come in." You follow him into the parlour. The dining table is laid for 3. Apocathus rises to greet you and introduces you his friend, Diodorus, a sage who is an expert on travel between the planes of existence. Mushroom Man. He tells you that there are portals or gates allowing travel between Orb and other worlds. He suspects that you may have been brought from Earth to Orb by means of such a portal. When you recover the Talisman, he says, you must leave Grey Guilds and walk southeast until you come to the Great Plateau. Mount Starreach, the tallest mountain on the plateau, has its summit, one of these portals through which you must pass if you wish to go back to Earth. And now to more immediate matters, says Apocathus. You can leave the city by the postern gate in the cemetery. If you get into serious trouble, you may be able to call on the Old Mother for aid. So do so. Cry. All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. He makes you repeat the words and you commit them to memory. All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. Note them on the adventure sheet. I'm not writing that shit. I'm just going to put A.M. All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. I'm putting A.M.N.H.P.M. That's All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. He makes you repeat it. He explains that the All Mother is the fountain of life, the opposite of death. She may be prepared to help you, but only once, because she can't be bothered to do it again, and at the time of your greatest need. However, remember this, the deity can intervene in another's temple. You thank them both and turn in early after a sumptuous meal of amyl nitrate and peacock bastard in spirits of raw and other exotic dishes. You are stuffed like a turkey. You wake up refreshed and you get 4 stamina points, but we can only take 1 of them because we are topped out to the max. You bid Apocathus, whatever his name is, farewell, thanking him for all his help and hoping that you won't let him down. Guys, I have a feeling we might do this book here. Like, we've got a shit character, but this is like the furthest we've gotten in a book, I think. You set out to find the Thieves Guild. As you set off, you see a small group of people clustered around a man wearing a flowing grey cloak and one dangling a gold earring. He is making huge bunches of flowers appear and disappear to cries of delight and amusement from the crowd. Will you try to find a way into the Thieves Guild, try to regain the Talisman on your own, or stay and watch the magic? What do you want to do, guys? We are on fire. Definitely, Mum. What shall we do? Try to find a way into the Thieves Guild, try to regain the Talisman, or stay and watch the magic show? What do you reckon? Was there a page number? No, there wasn't. No page number. No. It just said, All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. That's it. The Thieves Guild it is. Okay. Try to find the Thieves Guild, yeah? Okay. Have you been told about the storm drain? No, we haven't. We haven't been told anything about a storm drain, have we? You turn left down Hornbeam Road looking for a coal hole. You see what looks like a coal cellar at the back of a dilapidated warehouse. You duck into it to find a small crawlway hidden on the other side of a pile of coal. You crawl down a chute and down into a small passageway that winds for some distance beneath the city, sorry. You come to a door and push it open. I'm sure we've been told. No, we haven't, mate. And everybody refresh your browser, please, because I think a lot of people are behind. Crawl down a chute and into a small passageway that winds for some distance beneath the city. You come to a door and push it open. You step into a magnificently furnished room. Evidently, the Thieves Guild lacks nothing. A group of men is waiting for you, lounging on sofas. Some of them you recognize from the Red Dragon Inn. In particular, the one with a scar running down from ear to chin. Oh, it's our old mate, Scarface. Let's go over. Oh my gosh, look at this dude. Oh my life, look at this fancy fella here. Look at that. It's Sam Elliott, basically, isn't it? Scarface looks you up and down for a moment, and then he says, "Right, I'll get to the Guildmaster. We'll see what he has to say." There is an uneasy silence before he returns with another man. Scarface says, "This is Vagrant, Guildmaster of Thieves." Vagrant is a handsome middle-aged man wearing an ermine jacket. Twirling his mustache, he asks you the purpose of your visit. Will you say, "I need help stealing something. I want to steal specifically the Talisman of Death," or will you lead them to a hoard of priceless jewelry? So we can tell them about a hoard of priceless jewelry. We can say we're after the Talisman of Death, or we could just sort of say I need help stealing something, you know, and give them no details. What should we tell Sam, guys? Play it safe. Hey, Benny, how's it going, mate? Apologies, you must dash. Best of luck to you all. Cheers for watching Spell Sing. You finally caught the live stream. Benny, welcome, mate. We're playing Talisman of Death. We're actually far into the book, but we've got a really crap character. So, we've just come up against Sam Elliott. Okay, and we're trying to get his help. So we can either tell them very broadly that we need their help stealing something, or we can tell them very specifically it's the Talisman of Death, or we can lead them to some jewelry that we know is lying around. I think I played this one but cannot remember a thing about it. I know I've read them all, but I cannot remember what happens in any of them, except for maybe one or two that stand out. So it's kind of like watching it for fresh every time I do, you know. I just realized my eyes always look like they're closed. I gotta like keep my eye open. Like saggy eyeballs. So what are we gonna do, guys? How are we gonna approach Sam Elliott? Tell them we need his help to steal something. Tell him that we want him to steal the Talisman of Death with us, or take him to the jewelry section where he might love it if he's inclined that way. Kind of think if we tell him we're after the Talisman, it's either all good or all bad. That's exactly right, Benny, mate. I'd say ask for help stealing something. Yeah, keep it caged a bit, yeah? Alright. Don't tell him details, yeah? Okay. We need your help to steal something, mate. Pay me to find out more. Can't remember the voice I did for him now. What was the voice I did? Oh, yeah, it's a Scarface. "Oh, yes," says Vagrant. "What is this thing?" Oh wait, no, this is Sam Elliott talking. Sorry, this is the main head honcho, right? So he goes, "Oh yes, what is this thing?" If you say you're not prepared to tell him what it is, but it lies at the Temple of Felkinra, that's one option. Or we can tell him it's the Talisman of Death, mate, and we'll share the spoils with you all when we get it. Are we just going to give him the location of where we go, or are we going to give him the actual item we're going for, guys? What do you reckon? Well, it's just in the temple, mate, what we're trying to steal. Or, mate, it's the Talisman of Death. Money! Come on, mate, get on board. Which one do you reckon? Try and tempt him with, if he knows what it is, he might go, "Oh yeah, I know the Talisman of Death, yeah. It's worth a lot of money. Yeah, we'll help you steal it." Just tell him the location, slow reveal. Tease him with the information. Yeah, get him begging for it. Let's go. Okay, we're going to tease him. Right, he says, once we say, "Mate, it's in the temple of, Shira," or whatever, he goes, "Thank you. Now that we know where we have to go, we have no further need of you." And he snaps his fingers, and a volley of crossbow bolts find their mark and hit you to the ground dead. The fuck? Dudes, what just happened? We're strong enough to kill them all. Guys, what's just happened? He's just basically gone, "Right, thanks for telling me where it is. Shoot him dead." Hang on, the story's not over yet, guys. Go back. No, we haven't died. It says your spirit floats gently towards the Valley of Death. The featureless, wind-blasted plain stretches away endlessly beyond the horizon. The souls of the dead wander there aimlessly in solitude. And just as you approach the edge of the valley, an ethereal wind gets up. Guys, there's an ethereal wind on the go here. Alright? Ethereal wind. Can you hear it? As your soul is wafted away, soon you feel yourself in the presence of two who summoned you to this fantastic world of magic. The eyeless woman, right, in robes of shifting hues, says, "All is not yet lost." You understand the words without hearing them. That's the way it works. "If your spirit is willing, we will reunite it with your body and turn back the hands of time." Do a share, man. "If I could turn back time, I'll give you the Talisman of Death." Basically. Okay. So that's alright, isn't it? Get a second chance here. The other being offers you a choice if you wish it. "I will send you back in time." You go and try and make your mother and father not, gotta get them to kiss, right? And then get to the clock tower before it strikes the, you know what I mean? I'll send you back in time. You will be at the lip of the rift again. I don't know what that means. The lip of the rift again? Dude, that's at the beginning of the book. Guys, don't choose that. "Do you wish to go back in time to attempt this quest again?" Or, he lays a hand on your shoulder. They disappear. You are alive again. Your wounds are healed. Hang on. Give us the choice, mate, before you do it. Your wounds are healed and you have 10 provisions again. So we're back up to full strength. That's skill 9, stamina 18, luck 7, meals 10. Boom. Hang on a second here. "If your spirit is willing, we will reunite it with your body." Okay? "And turn back the wheels of time. The other being offers you a choice. If you wish it, I will send you back in time. You will be at the lip of the rift again. Do you wish to go back in time to attempt the quest again? If you do..." Are we going to do this, guys? He comes back as Warrior the White. "I've never died, then become a ghost. Bucket list completed." Loxley was just singing Turn Back Time. If we do go back, it says you only have the equipment with you which you began the adventure. So it's basically restarting the book by the sounds of it, including the Talisman of Death. Anything else you pick up? Dude, this is just puts us back at the beginning of the book. It does. We're back in that bloody cave with the shield maiden. That's not a choice. That's not a choice. What's the other choice? Die? Come on. Guys, what do you want to do? Do you want to accept death or go back to the beginning of the book? It's a legit mechanic in this book where you can go back and try again, but it takes you all the way back to the beginning of the book. If we choose go back to the beginning of the book, that will be the next stream, because there is no way we're restarting this book again with the amount of time we've already put into this one. Okay, so basically we either die and that's the end of the book, and then the next stream we will do is Space Assassin, or they're giving us a second life, a second chance to go back to the beginning of this book and replay it legitly. Yeah, we're like 3 hours in, man. What sort of ending? It's not an ending, it's a choice we have to make, guys. I'm going to do a poll on this, okay? I'm basically going to do a poll, and let me do this here. I want to do a poll, and I want everybody who's watching, if you're lurking or not, what we're going to do. Die, which means we do the next book, which is Space Assassin. Oh, hang on, spelling this a bit weird now. Space ass in. Or live. And that basically replay this book. Right, so you have two choices, guys, and this is going to be for not next week, sorry. This is going to be for the next stream we do in 2 weeks' time, guys, okay? No, I meant just die as an option. This, like, replay it, which would be the same thing. I've done it. Just die is an option. Yeah, I get what they're saying now. It's either basically we end the book or we don't end the book. So, guys, I want you to make a decision. There's a poll up. If we die, next time we come back in 2 weeks' time, we play Space Assassin, or we pick it back up from the rebirth option that we've been given next time and play this book again. Effectively, it's still the book if you choose to play this next time. We haven't legitly died, because this is a one-time mechanic that it's allowing us to do. So technically we're still in the book if we choose to replay it. So we technically didn't really die, and it's not a fail. But if you choose to die and go, fuck, can't be bothered, love, just kill me, then that is a fail. So we would have failed at the book. But if you replay it, we haven't failed yet, because we haven't died properly yet. The book is letting us live again. So what you reckon, guys? Well, come on, what's this? Come on, chat, vote. We got 2 votes. Yeah, guys, there's 10 people watching. Let's get in there, guys. Vote it. Yellow chooses death. I don't think I can make a choice here. See if I can choose. No, it won't allow me to choose. I can't make a choice. I can just end the poll and that's it. Which I can't seem to click off. There we go. Alright, can we just say we've done the same thing and go on from where we are now? No, because there's no page option to carry on, mate. That's it. The next page option is the beginning of the book. And it's not the exact beginning of the book. It's in the chamber, the cave, where we met that chick and her fellas, you know? So it's a little bit after the start of the book, to be honest. I'm late to this book, so I'm into a replay, as it would be my first play. Or, Benny, if you replayed the video when it goes live on YouTube, you can watch it then as your first, you know. Because all these videos that we do live, you can see the replay of it. Yeah, the chick with no eyes, that's the one. Back to the beginning of that. So Loxley chooses death. Oh, guys, come on. What's going on? We got a bunch of lazies. Can this... Okay, I'm going to end the poll. See what happens. Poll is ending. The votes are in, and we choose to die. Guys, you gave up. You gave up this life to play Space Assassin. We'll be playing Space Assassin, guys, next time. Look at that cool cover there. Oh, yeah. Okay, Space Assassin. Okay. That's what your choice is. That's what your choice is. You guys got to live with it, not me. You guys have got to look yourself in the mirror again, not me. There it is, Space Assassin. That's the next one, guys. Let me kill all this. I actually need a Wii, so I'm not... Because what I usually do is I set that stream up now and put the link in the channel, but I'm not going to do that because I actually really need a Wii. So I'm going to end the stream, and then when I come back from the toilet, I will set the stream up, so the link will be in Discord, guys, and I'll put it in the Black Tavern Cafe or whatever we call that thing. And that's where you'll have the link for 2 weeks' time, guys. So in 2 weeks' time, it's the 15th Sunday of October, midweek. Okay, let me just double check that I got like no family arrangements or anything. Nope, nothing on that day, so we're all good. He's all good, guys. So there we go, guys. That's that. You flaming heron, mate, thank you for voting to continue on. I personally would have voted to continue on because that means we could have survived this book. We had a chance. So I don't like giving up, but everybody wants to like place, probably not replay this book again. So I understand that one. That's fine. We tried to beat around the bush and got our bush beat. End of the stream and start a different stream. Oh, Benny, mate. Yeah. Does anyone play Baldur's Gate 3? I have never played any of the Baldur's Gate games, mate. At the moment, I'm playing Starfield, whatever it's called. Stargaze, Star Trek. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm playing... Grand Theft Auto 6 news, guys. I've got some news for you. Whoever likes Grand Theft Auto, I've got some Grand Theft Auto 6 news for you. It's coming out either 2024, which is next year, or 2025, right? There's been some tips, there's been some hints, right? But the guy who is publishing, the company that publishes the Grand Theft Auto games, which is Take-Two Interactive, the CEO of that company says next year we're going to have an awesome year, right, for games. We're projecting something like 8 billion revenue. Dude, that's Grand Theft Auto 6. He also said they've got like 36 games coming out, 13 different franchises pre-existing. One of them is going to be GTA 6, but he's predicting that next year is going to be massive, and the year after that is going to be even bigger. So either next year or the year after, GTA 6 comes out, guys. Anyway, most of his endings in this book end the same way. Yeah. Right, that's it, guys. I'm going to wet myself and go soon. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Benny, Rhymester, Yellow, Flamin' Heron, Loxley, Tim, thanks for coming. Rhymester, thank you very much. Wargaming Dad, thank you so much for turning up. I'm sure that I'm missing somebody out, but I can't, I don't know. But thank you everybody for coming up. Adam with the breaking news. The inside info. Okay, guys, I'm going to go now, and thank you so much for watching, and join me next time in 2 weeks' time at noon UK time for the next Fighting Fantasy of whichever way it goes, Space Assassin. Guys, love you all, take care, bye-bye, and I shall see you all next time. Bye. Could do with like a audio here at the end, couldn't I? I could do with some sort of like something to play, you know? And if you haven't already, guys, subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Time to turn back time, share. Bye.